and welcome to another vlog. Today is a Saturday, and so I thought that it might just be fun to take you through our weekend. I think that the way we spend our time really changes with each season, and summer is coming to an end this year, so I just wanted to show a little bit of what we've been getting up to while the weather is warm. I am in my 23rd week. We're 24 weeks tomorrow. We are feeling kicks every single day, and it's just so special to feel all of the little movements. Anyway, the first thing that we're going to get up to this morning is we are going to go to the farmers market. We usually source most of our fresh produce and all of our meat from the farmers market. We love purchasing from local farms. There are so many in Adelaide, and so that's the first thing on today's agenda. We are back home from the markets now. It is a super hot day, so we actually didn't spend a whole lot of time there, but I've just gone and given most of the plants in our house a little bath. My plant mothering journey has been full of lots of learning, that's for sure. I have unfortunately killed a few. However, I do think that I am slowly starting to get better, or I don't know. I basically wanted to share this because I think that this is something that has really helped. A big problem that I did have was overwatering my plants, which causes root rot. So then they just die off pretty much the same as if you underwater them. So it can be a really fine line and a difficult balance to maintain. And what I used to do is basically just get like a cup of water and kind of pour the water all around the roots. But I feel like that was too concentrated and they need more of like a drizzle from either a watering can, the rain outside, or a shower. So probably about once a week to once every 2 weeks, depending on how hot it is and how dry it is, I will give all of our plants a bath. I think we have something like 20 plants in the house now, which is pretty cool. This pothos is growing so beautiful and strong. When she was a lot younger, I actually really thought that there was no hope for her and that I had killed her. So I'm really so happy to see the growth that we've had. And then we have a peace lily, who is truly the most dramatic plant of all time. We just recently got this one. She's beautiful. I got this one as a gift, same as the peace lily actually, from a client back when I used to work at my old job. So they're really sweet. This one is growing big and strong, but as you can see, I have actually underwatered her a little, which my issue for a long time was overwatering, so I feel like I just went so far the other way because I didn't want to kill any more plants, and now I have an issue with underwatering. So I think what I'm going to get is a moisture meter. I've seen them either at Bunnings or you can get them on Amazon, and you just stick it into the soil and it tells you whether it's dry or whether it needs watering and that sort of thing. I think that will really help. But she's grown a lot since we got her, and she does have these little leaves here coming through, which is so lovely to see. I don't know if it's just me, but whenever I see new growth on my plants, it's just such a joy. This one we bought in Brisbane, and she's meant to grow very long. She got really scraggly at one point, and I think she was down to maybe one leaf, but she's coming back a little bit. And then we also just have these two. They stay in the bathroom most of the time, and this one especially is really thriving. When we got her, she was only about that big, and it wasn't that long ago either, so very happy with all of my plants progress. So if you watched my last vlog, you would have seen that I made a sourdough starter. So she is looking quite bubbly already, which is great. But I
can smell it from here.
I smelled her this morning and she was so bad. Like if I was in my first trimester, it would have made me vomit immediately. So I just wanted to show Esva what she smells like.
Yeah, it's average.
I'm struggling now. Okay, so today is day 3 of the starter, so I have to discard half of it and then add in more flour and more water. It makes total sense that it smells pretty average, like I get it because of the way that it's fermenting, but it is just something that I did not expect at all. I don't know why. I just feel like I don't hear a lot of people talk about how much it smells. I did actually watch a little video last night of a girl making her starter. She was on day 2 or day 3, and she was talking about how bad it smelled. I was watching it and I was thinking it cannot be that bad, but it's, yeah, average is what I'm gonna say. So just if you want to make some sourdough starter as well, keep in mind that it is stinky. It is a little while later and the weather has definitely cooled down a lot. We've had a cool change come through and it's very cloudy outside. We were gonna go for an ocean swim earlier, but we were planning on doing it in the afternoon and now it's just not warm enough. So we decided to stay home instead. My sourdough starter is looking really good and we actually got a grocery delivery that came in just earlier. So I think what we're gonna do is probably pack all of our groceries away and then I might make some dinner. It's a little while later. Ez and I have eaten dinner, but I wanted to talk about a recent hobby that we have picked up, and it's watching true crime documentaries. Ez and I have, I feel, never really been into true crime or like anything super suspenseful, but we've just been loving true crime lately. So the thing that we have been looking into most recently is the JonBenet Ramsey case, and I don't know what to think. Before going into it, I didn't know any of the facts. Like before watching the documentary that's on, where did we watch it? Netflix. Before watching that, I knew nothing about this girl.
No, neither. All we knew is that whatever the outcome, it's an unsolved case still.
You didn't know anything either?
No, I knew nothing. I didn't even know who I'd never even heard the name.
Yeah, and so it was good to be able to watch it without any biases or prejudice behind it. We have gone and watched
about 15 other videos on it.
So many other videos on this case, and I really just do not think that it was any of the family. No. Aside from that, this isn't a true crime thing, but it's like a mystery slash suspense, and it's a series that we watched on Netflix when my dad was in town last week called The Perfect Couple. I think it's actually a book adaptation, and the book was on my TBR list, and I think still is, but I really enjoyed that series as well.
It was good.
I think they did such a good job at
not giving away the ending until right at the very end.
They really kept you guessing the entire time.
The whole time you're like, oh, no, it's this person. Oh, no, it's this person. It's a really good series.
Definitely recommend that one if you are into like suspense or anything like that. Anyway, we have a big day tomorrow. We went and washed our linens earlier, so we've got fresh bed sheets to climb into, which is the best feeling. I think it is almost time to go to bed.
Well and truly.
So we're gonna do that and I will see you tomorrow morning. Hello friends and happy Sunday. We have had such a great morning. We just spent it at church and then we have basically been pottering around our home. So I put away some laundry earlier and folded some clean items, and now I'm gonna prep some food and snacks for the week. Every Sunday marks a new week in our pregnancy as well. So I'm officially 24 weeks today. Both Ezra and I just cannot believe how quickly the time is flying. We only have anywhere from 3 to 4 months left. It's just so crazy to us how close we are to meeting our baby. It is such a beautiful day today, and there's something actually that I wanted to talk about, because me 1 year ago, if the weather was this perfect and beautiful and sunny, I just always felt as though to be enjoying my life I had to go out and do things, almost like I had a fear of missing out if I didn't soak up the good weather or spend my weekends just so packed to the brim. But yeah, I really just want to encourage you that you can have such a fulfilling and beautiful life just at home. That's why I'm so passionate about finding beauty in the mundane, is because there was a time where I really just thought that if I was at home I was almost like wasting my life away. So I just wanted to encourage you in that if you are maybe feeling the same way or you're going through the same thing. Anyway, we're gonna have a great afternoon. I think I'm gonna prepare some homemade marshmallows, which I'm really excited for. We've been having homemade marshmallows in hot chocolates at night and it's just so delicious.
I got my marshmallows and hot cocoa.
Me too, Bubby. I did also get a delivery that I'm very excited about. It is a pasta maker, a roller and cutter set for my KitchenAid, which my husband so kindly gifted me a few weeks ago, and I'm so grateful and so happy about it. But I'm going to try my hand maybe this week or next week at making homemade pasta. I have only ever done it with my auntie, who, if you know her, she's like the most incredible cook and she makes the most rich, beautiful food. food, and we had like a ragu with the homemade pasta a couple years ago, and it was the best thing I've ever tasted. There is nothing like homemade from scratch items such as pasta, and so I'm super excited about this. I am a little bit intimidated, I'm not gonna lie. I think learning anything new can be a bit scary at times, and often I find that it's a lot bigger in my head than it actually is when I do it. Like I almost build it up to the point where I get nervous to complete the task, but if I just put my head down and I do it and I get it out of the way, I realize that it's actually easier than I thought. Okay, so I actually ended up kind of winging the marshmallow recipe, but Ezra and I tried the batter, I guess you could say, and it is so yummy. So I think I'm going to try and make a reel in the next few weeks of how I made it. It has actual marshmallow root herb in it, honey, Celtic salt, all the good stuff. So I'm going to put the lids on these containers and then they'll go in the fridge to set, and they should be ready by the time we have our hot chocolates for tonight. I think that I am going to make some dinner. It's only just about to go 5 p.m, but Ez and I want to probably go down to the beach to eat it, so I'm going to make it early just so that we've got it for whenever we want and we can go and watch the sunset, which I'm so excited for. I think tonight I'm going to do burrito bowls. I was going through my food highlight on Instagram recently and I saw these in there and I haven't been able to stop thinking about them since. So burrito bowls it is. I just packed us some dinner in these nice little takeaway containers that we have, and we've got a picnic rug, some forks and ice water, and we're gonna have a picnic. We've come out to the beach and we're just gonna sit down, watch the sun go down over the ocean and the waves, and I'm very excited.